that's really the reason why I don't have kids, because I just knew that something was so fucked up about my parents, and I was just like, why would I want to have kids just yet if I can't get my own house and have my own stuff to like figure out how fucked up you are first. So yeah, I'm not mad about it. It's just like it's just rework. Nothing is more annoying than rework. Doing the shit you already done before and having to do it again because two people that you trusted wanted to tell you that you were crazy when you had no experience in life. When you knew you wasn't, you instinctively knew that it was right, and they instinctively just want to just be narcissist and control your brother by trying to make it seem like you were crazy because they just didn't want to be by themselves. I get it. They don't want to have to deal with themselves. Like two people who don't argue and like to get and actually get resolve from a situation, you can't expect them to be able to like navigate the world because they're gonna sit there and deny everything. So that's some old slave stuff. I just wanted to get that out, and just like I'm just over it. Just I used to cry about it. I used to fucking swing. I used to text my mom and call her and tell her how much I fucking hated her and I wish I could hurt her. And it's just like after a while, I started realizing they want me to be like that. They want me to be crazy. But at least I knew enough to keep it to my parents, keep it to my family. You know what I mean? So then I don't do it out in the public as much. You know what I mean? Because I used to be so mad about my back, and somebody would say something to me, and I would just air out all my like being mad at them. I didn't mean it for the whole, but it was just them I was mad at. When in all actuality, it was just my back. Or I was mad at my parents. You know what I mean? That's what them I meant. It's just insane that people 30, 40 years are old are acting like children, and then they want to make it seem like do you have to make yourself feel good? That's that middle child issue. Bro, I knew that I was gonna find the answers to these issues. I went down to North Carolina. My aunt told me, she said, "You're gonna need more than just therapy. You need to figure out what's wrong with yourself." No, it's you guys. It's the families that I've been involved with. Y'all just slaves. Like, there's nothing else that I need to be away from you. So, like, what you think? I was gonna go up to New England. I was gonna live in New England, and I was just gonna be like, boss said not to do that. Let me go build a boat. Let me cut the grass. All this internet, I don't need it. I'm just gonna, you fucking stupid ass motherfucker. Yeah, I'm just gonna build my own car. I'm gonna make my own land. I'm gonna, nigga, what? This nigga, bro. I hate the fact that I believed and trusted these people, but they would literally beat me into submission, literally. So it was just like, what do I do? But damn, I should have just got married, had a kid early, and just got away from them. If I knew that you could at 15 go live with another family, I would have done it. If I knew I didn't know. If I knew at 15 I could have went and got my own apartment, I would have done it. And I would be a billionaire right now if I just didn't have these two people as my parents. Bro, but that's why the reward was gonna be so but the reward's gonna be crazy now because like I know, at least I'm aware. So I'm gonna get to where I'm going. I seen the product that I was with prior get to where she wanted to be. Congratulations, gorgeousness. Um, but I know what I could do, and I know I just gotta, and I know that they know that it wasn't me. It was them. It was the trauma that I was going through. So I just wanted to sit down for the last. It took me 4 years to figure this out. Damn near 4 years to figure out that it was not me and why it was not me, and to be able to actually talk about this without crying, being mad, swinging, throwing stuff. I had to get away. I had to move across the country. I moved overseas to Japan to know that there was something wrong. But I was drinking because I didn't want to believe it. So I was denying it. It was denial, Now I get it. It's time to move on. It's time to go work, be a great father, be a great husband, move on and do great things with myself. And if I choose to go back and talk to them and allow them into my life, like physically, cool, but I'll never let them manipulate me into believing anything that they say. I'll never believe them. They could be in my space, but I'll never believe you because you ruined me so many times. NBA, ex-girlfriend, uh, all the other little life events. I didn't enjoy prom. I didn't get to enjoy nothing because of these people and them having me seem like I'm a crazy person. But it was. I'm so glad that I was. This is. I'm writing my book, so all I'm doing right now is just writing. I'm letting you guys know the situation, and I'm putting it out there so then I could literally later really make a book, movie, whatever have you out of it. Because when I get to where I'm going, people gonna be like, "I seen it in him the whole time. I seen it in him the whole time." But nobody came to help me. Nobody gave me a life raft. Nobody did nothing. Maya and Dante did, but nobody else came and helped me out. I'm not even gonna do that. This is the only part of my life that makes me aggravated. Please give me the ability to just be flawed at this moment because I'm not gonna be flawed with anything else. I'm gonna try to be as accurate and on point as possible with everything else. Just this moment in this situation, I have to vent it out so I can get over it. So excuse me for wasting your time if you sat here and have the same situation, same with your parents, and you got over it. Please message me or send a comment. I just want to be better than my parents. You know how many generations we could have been ahead if had they just applied themselves to being a good parent. None of my family, nobody in my family with an ounce of my blood would be working had they just been okay enough to with themselves to realize that it's okay if your kid's better than you at something. My father hated the fact that I was better than him at everything. So he completely stopped playing basketball once ever he realized how good I was at basketball. He hated it. So just a bitch ass nigga. That's all it is. Bitch ass nigga. But a gentleman back when I was young, he had got in a little argument with some dude at a basketball court, and he said that. He said, "Yo, you a bitch." And I knew that this nigga was a bitch, and I didn't want to believe this nigga was a bitch. But then when you get older and realize your father's a bitch, that's when he resents you, and that's not a man to me no more. He did well, but if you didn't want to try to get to know yourself or get better, and you just want to stay in the room and be afraid of everything, you're a bitch. And you made me look like a bitch growing up throughout my life because you were a bitch and you didn't want to you didn't want to tell your bitch to sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. So you made me a bitch because I knew that I wasn't no bitch and you was a bitch. And it's just some bullshit, bro. Everybody looked at me sideways. I gotta live with that for the rest of my life. People looking at me sideways because this nigga was a bitch and didn't teach me nothing. And my mother didn't teach me nothing because she was a drunk. So now I gotta walk around being looked at because of the way I knew, they were at home, and I knowing that they were something was wrong with them. But me being too young enough and not understanding and not being able to express or try, it's just crazy, bro. They took advantage of me. They took full advantage of me, bro. And my town, like I had people that lived across the street from me, and their kid grew up and knew that I was going through these things, and they abused me too. So like I don't want to ever see these people. I don't want to see my father again. I don't want to see this nigga, this bitch ass nigga that lives across the street from me again. Like that's why I had to get away from Connecticut because I was really about to hurt these people. I was really going, and it was just like it's not worth it. It's time to go away, get away, vent about it to a point where you can't touch these people because I'm a big dude. I'm fast, I'm quick, I'm strong, and I could really do some damage. I should be out on these football fields, like doing something like my father told me to do, but I could literally hurt 20 people at one time, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to feel that way. So I had to leave. These dudes, they was gonna get me put in prison if I didn't leave. They was gonna get me to go to prison if I didn't leave. They was gonna come up with anything and everything, and I just had to. I look too good for that. I'm too smart for that. I'm too big for that. It's just I had to go. So now I got to reach out to you guys on social media and make it this way, because working for people like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been around a lot of white people in my life, but they also were, like the hood, and then I also had the hippies, and then I had the ones that were strictly about schoolwork. They got good jobs now, pristine. You know what I mean? They didn't understand my situation. My friends did. The white friends definitely did, but the white older men and didn't understand. The white women just want to fuck me. The white older men knew that they hated me for some reason, but they loved me at the same time, but they hated me at the same time. They just wanted to make money off of me. So them not being able to explain themselves or express, or me not being able to express, it was just like two. It was just like two. We just speaking two different languages, and it was just not working. So I just went around mad, but I knew that was they meant well. Like I knew that they meant well, so I wasn't really too mad about high school. But high school, they tried to fuck me over. But then when I got to Notre Dame, when I got to the military, that's when I really, really, really just found a disdain for, sorry, but white people. I had a disdain for white people because of the way that, especially because I didn't realize it's the Midwest. They'd never seen black people before, so they was just rude, disrespectful, and I wanted to beat the shit out of a lot of people. So they used to try to make it seem, oh my God, he's so scary. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just, that's what made me real hostile. So I was treating my ex like craziness because I was going through all this. I was just venting. I didn't have anybody to vent to. Nobody understood me, so I was just venting. And I was venting to my mother, and that was just too much cross venting. And yeah, and then I was just drunk and doing dumb shit. Yeah, so I was just jealous that I wasn't at home, and I knew that I needed to get home to be with my girl and to make everything go, or make everything work. And yeah, it was just manipulation everywhere. From every angle, it was manipulation. And yeah, and when I got home from the military, I was just so mentally fucked up, PTSD, and then, you know what I mean. Then my parents gave me PTSD, so it's just like I was just mentally fucked, and I was right back in the shit, and I ain't had no like. And then I found a job, and that's why I moved far away to get away from the asses. And then COVID happened. Right when I got myself together, it was like everything meant to fuck up for me, So it is what it is. But I just want to vent about it, get it out. Like it's just like, damn, life is some bullshit, some old bullshit. But yeah, on top of that's how I know I'm gonna make it. That's how I know I'm gonna make it, because I'm a dope ass dude. I'm a great human being. I just wanna sit back and relax a little bit, because I'm gonna be working for the rest of my life from here on out. Even though it's not gonna feel like work, it's gonna be my life, and people are just gonna be adapted to seeing it 24 hours a day, 365. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I just wanted to share who I am, what I've been going through, why I was a dickhead, back in the day, why I was a womanizer. I had never had women before, When I got to college, I knew I could have them, throughout my life. I was getting women when I was 8, whatever. Women always told me I was handsome and, gonna be a killer or Denzel. My teacher used to tell me I was gonna be Denzel back in elementary school. I was like 3rd grade. She's like, yo, you gonna take over the world. You gonna be like Denzel. You gonna be in movies. You gonna play basketball. And I was like, yes, I remember her. She was so sexy to me. But anyway, I had a big ass head because I was that nigga in town. And everywhere I went, I was him. And my parents just tried to knock me down, because they didn't want me they didn't want me to make my brother aware that all that stuff that they were saying, how crazy I was actually me not being crazy. It's really true. So they knew they had a superhero child. They just didn't want to believe that they had a superhero child because they were so mentally fucked up. and they still fucked up. And let them be fucked up. But I will not carry that into my next relationship, and I will not carry that into my having kids. So that's why I vent to you guys. I don't care what nobody say. I'm getting this out. Fuck them. I'll never treat no kid with. Listen, that dog has taught me so much patience. When I used to get mad at her, and I used to just scream at her, and be like, "What are you doing?" And I realized that's a dog. Just like my parents should have been like, "That's a child. He wants to do what his friends are doing," and we'll sit down. So sit down with him and explain why you don't need to do that. And so next time, if you do choose to do that, you'll know the consequences and the reasons for why people do things. They didn't understand it. They didn't have the IQ to do that. So that's what I do with Queen. Whenever she does something crazy, like right now, she wants to go outside. I said to her, "Queen, this morning I woke up. You had a big mound of shit in the corner. Then I brought you out immediately. Like I rewarded you for taking a shit in the house. You played with the dogs. I gave you a bigger reward. You played with the biggest, beautiful dog outside. You ran for 45 minutes, and then you didn't go to the bathroom. That is on you." So then I'm thinking, this dumb dog went to the bathroom. She go pee on the carpet. This dog has not peed on the carpet well, she does pee on the carpet a little bit, but she's just being spiteful. And I realized that is how I was. That's exactly how I was. I'm just getting my karma back from my parents, from this dog though. And I just smile, and I put her in the cage. I don't get mad at her. I don't yell at her. I just put her in the cage, and she knows from my energy that I'm pissed off at her. And she knows right now, just like every time a football game come on, she know to start acting up. She wants to go outside because she knows that there's some sport on, something that you're not paying attention to her for. So look at her in the corner. Look at her. Look at her. She don't never go to that over there. She don't never go to the door for nothing. But now all of a sudden, but it's the karma you catch. So anyway, I just want to vent because I'm a little aggravated. Whenever I'm aggravated, I'm just gonna come up here and vent. People need to see it. Man. Anyway, everything happens because I'm about to be a billionaire. Everything's happening for a reason. And I'm gonna build I'm gonna build a $1 trillion company all off of me, off of my back, right here. It's talking to you like this. I'm doing the things that I wanna do and I love. Stay tuned. Give me like 9 years. Not even. This whole social media thing is mine. I'm taking it. I got everything that needs to take over this thing. Take over everything. And give back. Run it the right way. I might be your president. I think that I could definitely do that. If it came down to if they wanted a real dude to be the president who was black, it'd be me. I'm legalizing weed, ASAP, drugs. If you want to do drugs, go ahead. But you have to do it in a designated area, a designated time. You have to have somebody look over it. I'm gonna have skeptics. I'm gonna have things that you got to do. Also, I'm gonna stop lying to these people. I'm not lying about none of this stuff. But yeah, so America was. I'm telling them all the stuff. I'm telling them the truth, bro. Not all the stuff, but you know what I'm saying. I'm telling them the truth. Aliens. I'm gonna tell them that too. People have been dying to know if there's aliens. I'm gonna let you know if there's aliens. But stay tuned. But I'm about to be fashionably dressed up. I ain't gonna be wearing them suits like that. I'm gonna be dripped out, looking crazy. I'm not gonna be wearing no chains and all that stuff. I'm just gonna wear very, very clean. You're gonna know who I am. That's what I'm trying to say. You're gonna know who I'm, that dude. It's coming.